On this episode of the O2 Garage, I am up way past my bedtime on a school night rescuing a Ford V24. Well, more like 3 Ford Flathead V8s for a good mate down in Adelaide. This one's going to be quite interesting because, believe it or not, we actually are going to save not one, g'day guys, how are you? Not one, but 3 Flathead Ford V8s, and they're just down here. Right, so here we go. This is what we've got. We've got one side valve here, one there, which looks pretty complete. It even has the alternator sitting on the top. And box of spares. Looks like we've got a couple of manifolds sitting there, and then back down over here we've got one that is black, and that one's complete with carb and bits and pieces too. So let's get all 3 of these. Engines are in the back, and we're now heading back to Adelaide. To give you a bit of an idea of what I've got on board in the back there, I've actually got 3 Flathead Ford V8s. Now I've tried to date code a few of them, and there's numbers on them, and they came as a wide variety of different engines across different applications, from sedan vehicles to commercial vehicles. And here in Australia we saw a lot of them through the trucks in the the 30s and the 40s, and even up to the 50s. Some of the trucks still had Flathead Ford V8s in them. Mercury's had them as well, which was sort of an offshoot from Ford. But I'm thinking that these ones are sort of 30s, 40s type flatheads, pretty common ones. They're called a 24 stud Ford Flathead, and the 24 studs refer to obviously the cylinder head stud bolts that come through. And there's good flatheads and there's not so good flatheads, and flatheads are interesting because they're an old design motor. The rocker cover and cylinder head are one and the same thing, and to get aftermarket cylinder heads for them is really, really cheap. It's like 145 bucks for some Edelbrock cylinder heads. So they're not a bad motor if you use it in the right context. And we're heading down to see a very important client of ours now, who is a big supporter of this show. So grab these engines, head down to Adelaide, we'll offload them, and we'll have a chat to him. We have arrived, and I'm here at Mobile Auto Care with this guy. Say g'day, Jeff. G'day, Jeff. Jeff is a good mate of mine. You remember him from the barn find auction. This one, okay.
So we should have been doing one in November, but obviously that didn't happen because we had like the shutdown.
Somebody ate a bat.
Yeah, somebody had a pizza or something like that.
So Jeff runs Mobile Auto Care here in Adelaide. Get it right, Jace. And he's also one of the sponsors of the O2 Garage. He also has the Adelaide Auto Expo at Wavell Showgrounds, where we went and did the barn find auction and stuff like that. And he's into things like hot rods and muscle cars and Porsches and Volkswagens and all the cool stuff that I'm into. And these 3 engines are going to Jeff. So kind of like a little bit of a present and all that sort of stuff. So technically I'm like a Uber engine driver. Anyway, whatever. Let's get him dropped off and have a look and see what he's got in the workshop at the same time. And there we go, the transition is done. Here they are, sitting here ready to go for Jeff. He gets back and no doubt he'll be very happy. Jeff's workshop, as you can see, it's a pretty cool sort of a place. It's got all sorts of good stuff, and Jeff's got a car hiding down there, but the one I want to show you, whenever you come here, there's always an awesome car. Have a look at this thing here. Wow, check that out. That's a Type 3 sedan. Just in the process of being put together. It's a show vehicle. Everything's been done. Absolutely mint BRM rims. Mint interior is going to be going back in. All the good bits and pieces. And that's what it's all about. Mobile Auto Care do all sorts of things. They fix vehicles, they service vehicles, they put hot rods back together. They do all sorts of stuff. And now, they've got 3 engines they've got to fix up.